And now it's time for Coffee Talk. Thanks to EFB, we get to
spill the tea.
And of course, I'm Ash C, and she's
Britt B.
Perfect. Look, we even switched it up and we nailed it. Cheers, to you, and cheers to EFB. Thank you for allowing us to sit around this table and spill the tea, whether it's hot, cold, or meh. Right?
In between?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the news isn't always newsworthy, but it gives us stuff to talk about.
Yes.
It's fodder.
Which that's, our job is fodder.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do want to start off by saying I did a little more thought into one of the subjects that we talked about last week on Club Muddy, and that was the wacky inflatable balloon men as the representation for Pride outside of Quinata, and there was some response behind that. Of course, there's always going to be.
Which I appreciate that too.
Me too. So again, it drove me to think a little bit more behind it, and I still stand by kind of what I said, which is difficult because the arguments behind any argument when it comes to anything LGBTQ is it's binary. That if I want to raise the question, which I raised, well, actually you raised the question, should a government-funded entity take a stance in ideology? And I still believe, and what you said and what I agreed with is no. The answer is no. Anything.
I think it's just sticky. I think you're putting yourself out there in a position to be construed as we only support this.
Yeah.
So
or you're by trying to show inclusivity.
Yeah.
You're excluding people.
Inadvertently excluding people who may not be aligned with your ideology, so then it begs the question, what if you are homophobic? Are you still allowed to use Quinata services?
Or if it just,
I don't know. I mean, it just kind of creates that blurry line of, obviously you have the right as, of having your opinions.
Yeah.
Do you put them out there if you are supposed to appeal to the masses?
Yes.
Because maybe LGBTQ doesn't appeal to the masses. So then it just creates the opportunity for divisiveness in the effort of being inclusive.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so it's a really difficult argument to either take one side or the other, because I understand
it shouldn't be one side. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be binary in general. It just troublesome that if I we raised this question, just in order, just raising the question brought back the vehemently feedback of people saying, "Why are you so bothered? Why are you bothered?"
Not bothered.
I'm not bothered either. It
caught my attention, and I wanted to raise the question because I do think that we speak for everyone when we're asking these questions, not saying that I disagree with Pride Month or LGBTQ plus or whatever, all the things. I stand behind live and let live. That being said, I do think that it does beg the question, or it allows for some blurry lines of people that are coming to use these resources.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It does create inadvertently the opportunity for some of that. Some of those questions to be raised.
So I will say also, I was discussing this around a lunch table yesterday with some fellow Muddy buddies, and the server said, "Hey, sorry to eavesdrop. I just want to let you know, I had to use Quinata's services, and I just really appreciate them." And and I kind of looked at her like, well, eavesdrop right there was the key word, because you didn't hear the whole conversation. For you to come here and say to me, I appreciate Quinata and its services, I never said anything.
Quinata's amazing.
Yeah, I said, I had to use Quinata's services at one point in time. I didn't delve into the whole thing, but so I guess that's kind of why it strikes a chord with me in the fact that when I raise these questions or pose these questions, or if you do too, that immediately we're labeled as homophobic,
or that we don't appreciate the services,
or we don't appreciate the services.
The case at
and
all.
It's like, no, so you didn't listen to the conversation.
But it immediately goes to that agenda-driven conversation versus what we're kind of talking about. Because even if you're, just because you put wacky inflatable tube, yes, it's awesome. We know you support. That doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be kind of a one-way street.
No, yeah.
I think you could. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to say what's in my brain. But
also, I will raise the question. One more thing, like in regards to this topic, and we can move on to something else. But the idea of wacky inflatable tube men is being the representation for Pride, which to me, I have a lot of gay friends, and I've asked them their opinion on this matter. So like I know I'm somewhere within the realm of like they do see what I am saying, and they totally agree with me on this, is the fact that Pride has become so marketable that it's become disgusting. Like Pride is something that is recognized as a month, is for us as a whole to remember our past failures against that community. They were persecuted in the fact that they had to hide who they loved.
Sure.
They couldn't marry who they loved. So this is where the seriousness of the matter comes in. And I understand, like, we like to have fun and we make it colorful for whatever reasons, but I feel like celebrating it with wacky inflatable tube men, something that's used in used car sales lots, is almost like you're
not taking it seriously.
Yeah, it's just not as.
I mean, I do understand where it's coming from. I also feel it does grab attention. It grabbed mine. That's hence this conversation. I know it's grabbing attention. It is showing that they do support it, and maybe it's not as representational of the seriousness of Pride Month as it could be. But also, I am not gay, I'm not LGBTQ+, so I don't want to say this is how they should celebrate. I do also feel like, as you mentioned, it is for everybody to remember these things and do better in the future.
Feel like there should just be a little more respect in it instead
behind
of,
the movement. I get it.
So next subject.
Yeah, but I do want to say no, you're fine. I think that this conversation is important. It's also really important that we can still talk about it in a way that allows people to tactfully, respectfully voice their opinions on things. And I hope that doesn't mean automatically that I am homophobic, that I don't agree with the movement. There are things about the movement that I may not agree with. That doesn't mean that I am not pro-Pride.
Yeah, again, just making these arguments binary arguments where it's one or the other. It's just, that's not the way.
It's not black and white, guys. It's rainbow. Remember that.
There you go.
Right?
Love it.
Here we go.
Love it.
So ding, on to the next subject.
What is the next subject?
So I kind of want to talk about this because it is directly affecting my kiddos, and that is what teenagers are doing today. And it's changed a lot. I'm not saying what I was doing as a teenager was good, because I can assure you that it was not. Okay, guys? So this isn't me getting on a soapbox, but I do kind of want to talk about it because it has seemed to go full circle. My sister used to hang out in parking lots with all their friends and neon lights and loud music, and which I don't think they're hurting anyone. As long as the property owner is okay with it, they're not hurting anyone, they're not damaging property. I think that's very cool, right? I mean, I don't think it's cool, but it's cool for the kids to do. I probably would never do it, but it's cool for the kids to do. Also, Upper Moorman has become a hangout again, which it was a hangout when I was there. I was doing different things, right? Not listening to loud music, but we won't get into those things either. But it's now become full circle where these kids are hanging out, and you saw, at the city council meeting and the incident that happened there with some kids getting beat up. It's unfortunate that it is kind of a part of it, I think, because I don't want to excuse it. But I think anytime you get a big group of moron teenagers, you're going to have the ones that kind of ruin it for everybody.
Unsupervised.
Trying to be cool, trying to be leaders, right? Trying to be the ones who are proving points and blah, blah, blah. That's not even what I just want to say, please don't be the few who ruin it for the rest.
Yeah.
And that goes for... I think I saw a story about somebody intentionally hurting a baby animal, somebody beating up people, drugs, alcohol.
Like they're going to make it so that you can't be a minor in the park anymore.
Yeah, which let's not do that, because I think that for the most part it's harmless. but you're always going to have those idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a park should be the place where people should gather rather than a parking lot.
Yeah.
Like a
park is for kids.
Yes.
Let's be real, right? We want them to be able to go and hang out there. So maybe here's my call to the teenagers. Don't be morons. You will ruin it, and then cry foul when it's no more. To the people who are policing it, not necessarily just QPD, but any citizens or blah, 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 make sure if you're reporting things that you're doing it responsibly. Only the truth should be had. Don't just be who was that lady that used to peek through the curtains on, I don't know, I'm showing my age, but anyway, yeah, don't be the Karen, Nancy. Don't be the nosy one who just wants to stir the pot. But also to QPD, if you know that there are kids that are creating that issue, address it with those kids and not the rest of them who are, seemingly trying to just enjoy their teenage years.
Yeah,
right.
Totally agree.
And that is a soapbox, I guess. But
I mean, I think the idea of attacking something before it becomes bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Like we just said, I do see if it keeps happening over and over again.
Oh, the writing's on the wall. They'll lose all privileges.
They're going to make it so that, you have to be accompanied by an adult.
Curfews.
It'll be just like the mall, the mall walkers, you can't go to the mall anymore.
Scotty's, I mean, everybody has to have, an adult with them. So I guess my call to all these kids, if hopefully some of them are listening or their parents, don't be the ones who ruin it.
Yep.
Because it seems like it doesn't take much for these privileges, which they are privileges, not rights, right? To go and hang out in these places. It doesn't take much to get them revoked. So make good choices.
Make good choices. Speaking of good choices, this is a good choice.
I was gonna segue with loud music. Footloose.
There you
Remember
go.
Footloose? Okay, if you know, music was like outlawed by this reverend. His daughter wasn't allowed to listen to music or dance.
I think dancing was illegal.
Was it?
I think.
See, we don't want to lose that privilege either.
So Footloose is happening at the Quincy Community Theater, July 17th through the 19th, the 23rd and the 26th. We have tickets for you. These are vouchers, so we want to get them to you as soon as possible. In order to apply for these tickets, we just want you to comment right under here, under our coffee talk. There will also be a post a week from now in place of coffee talk. We will not be having coffee talk that week.
Taking a coffee break.
Your second opportunity for 6 vouchers to the Footloose play.
Yeah, at QCT, which always, they're always putting on phenomenal shows. The talent's incredible. And Footloose, I can hear the song now. Can you do the dance?
No.
Me either.
I also can't sing the song if I tried.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not
I know
going
the first parts of it, but it's just like us singing revved up like a dude.
Anything?
I'm like, good luck. I will not.
That is so. I know. But even if we can't sing or dance, the show is bound to be incredible, full of people who can sing and can dance. So you don't want to miss this. Make sure you comment below, preferably something about Footloose that you'd like to go. But if you have a comment,
or you could just tell us about how coffee talk makes your day.
Yeah, right.
Or how it ruins it.
Something tactful, though. Obviously, we are here to create conversation, which is always a good thing. But conversations don't have to be divisive. They don't. We can all. I think we can all get along.
Yeah,
I really do.
And the way we try to get everyone to get along is by ending our coffee talk on Good News Brews.
Absolutely.
I found the Good News Brews today, but it's actually sitting right next to me. Oh. So if you haven't already seen, we are covering the story of the WCIL Gives. That's currently underway right now. As you view this Wednesday morning, the charitable drive goes until Thursday night at midnight, and there's a number of ways that you can contribute to this.
So many ways.
They have so much going on, and one of the things that they have going on is the Quincy Humane Society. You're being locked up in a kennel in here.
I am. They're calling it a shelter champ, which I think they should just call it what it is. I'm in the doghouse, guys, and I need out. No, I'm a shelter champ, so I will get locked in the kennel tonight from 5 to 7. That is physically in a kennel. I don't know if I get to have the pleasure of having a puppy or a kitten or a dog or anything.
I think you can request it.
Okay.
I've seen so many people put their videos out. I hope we see some videos from you too. Mostly Jeremy Platt put a couple out.
His was hilarious.
He's like, well, I'm out of sheer boredom because I'm incarcerated.
Yeah, it was amazing.
This is what an incarcerated mind, looks like. It's funny. He was very funny in it. It's all for a good cause.
Yeah. That's the animals, man. Yeah. We're doing it all for the animals. They deserve to wait less and love more with your help. So this Shelter Champ is a fun way to get the word out, and I hope everybody's seen it because, man, are they covering their ground with this fundraiser. What an incredible effort made by everyone involved in the WCIL Gives campaign. Just a great way to give back to our community and our animals. So thank you.
And you can check out an interview with Kelly Niederhauser, what happened with Chrissy Kakimo over the weekend, and she tells you all the ways that you can get involved still. Yeah. So make sure to make this. It's already the biggest it's ever been.
It's huge. It's your chance to give back, and we know that money can be tight. Everybody is paying more for everything, but any little bit helps. So we appreciate. We appreciate your support. And if you want to come by Quincy Humane Society tonight, or no, that would have been last night, right?
Yeah. Are they still going to be doing it on Wednesdays?
Yes. I don't know who's in the kennel today, but you should be able to see it on their Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. Thank you so much for the Good News Brews.
Thank you. And look forward to next week's post. Once again, it will be a Coffee Talk post where you can enter to win these, and you can enter right here down below.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that does it for this week's Coffee Talk. We'll catch you next time, but that's not next week because we are taking a coffee break. Catch us the week after. See you then.